Hey yogis, I'm Brianna, and you're at day 6 of a 7-day yoga challenge. Go you. So today's practice is going to be, it's not technically a restorative class because those are typically much longer, but we are going to do some restorative poses today. So if you haven't figured it out, I'm kind of preparing you for a lot of different kinds of yoga classes. Restorative classes are definitely one of my favorites. So we're only going to practice a couple poses today, but we're going to hold them for a long time. And you're going to need some props. So I have with me, I have a small bolster, but it's not quite big enough usually for me. So I've chosen to wrap it in a blanket. You could definitely do the same thing with a pillow or like cushions. So I invite you to grab a couple pillows, maybe a blanket, and you can also maybe use your blocks to help add some height if you need more height. So during today's class, if you need to pause the video to get comfy at any point, please do. Okay, this is your practice. It's going to be short and sweet today, but the holds are going to be a little bit longer, and we're only going to do a couple things. So give yourself the time to pause if you need like a second to go grab an extra pillow or blanket. That said, we're going to start in a supported yogi squat. So whatever you're going to use to support you, you maybe could use a block for this one. Go ahead and get that behind you. And you're going to take a seat, knees out wide, hands come to prayer, and you're going to kind of let your elbows determine how wide of a stance you need to take. So the block is seated just under your tailbone, your pelvis, and it's supporting you here. So we're going to take this hold for a bit longer. And if you're one of my people, I always talk about these people because I am one of you. But if you're somebody that, typically does vigorous exercise, if you have a hard time slowing down, you don't like restorative classes, this was definitely me in my 20s. A lot's changed now that I'm in my 30s. Remember that this is productive. These longer holds allow you to get a deeper stretch, and also calming your body and then giving your mind a chance to be calm. It is productive. It's good for your health. It's good for your overall well-being. So you're not wasting your time here. In these slower paced classes, I like to remind people to do a body scan continuously over and over again. So I'm probably going to remind you a few times about the same body part to check in, to see if there's any tension that you can let go of, to see if you can soften. And that's a skill that we can take off of our mat. That's something you can do when you're getting irritated in traffic, when you're anxious at the dentist office and you're starting to clench up. This is a really important skill to practice on your yoga mat, and it's one of the easiest ones to take off your yoga mat into your everyday life. In addition to reminding you about softening through your body, I'm also going to try to leave you with more silence today. These slower classes with long holds are often the best time for you to dive deeper inside yourself, to connect with your true self, instead of just listening to me talk. Go ahead and gently release, and we're gonna bring our legs out wide. So move your prop out of the way, And we're going to take a wide supported fold. So you certainly could do this without a prop, but it's more comfortable if you have something. So take your legs out to a nice V shape. Make sure that your knees are nice and loose, you're not locking them. And then this is where you might need to stack a few things. So my bolster, I could leave it like this, or if I want extra height, sometimes I like to fold it. And you could certainly fold a pillow and maybe take a block or a second pillow and put it underneath. Again, I encourage you to use whatever you have at home. No need to go out and buy anything special. This bolster was actually a gift from a friend that was moving, so I didn't even pay for anything fancy, and that's why I just wrap a blanket around it. So use what you've already got. From here, you're gonna sit up nice and tall, and then hinging at your hips, gently fold forward. So you're gonna have to take a moment here to figure out what's comfortable because we are gonna hold it for a little while. And if it's not comfy right away, it's not going to be after gravity's been pressing down on you for a couple minutes. So take the time and get comfy and then hold. And I will let you know when it's time to switch. But I'm going to give you some time to go inside yourself and breathe and relax. See if you can release any tension in your neck, your jaw, and around your eyes. Gently start to walk yourself back up to a nice seated position. Move your prop out of the way, and we're going to take a supported child's pose. So taking your knees out wide, bring your pillow, your blocks, whatever you're going to use for support. And instead of just folding over onto your mat, you're going to go ahead and fold over onto your prop. Bending your shoulders, closing down your eyes, letting your hips sink down towards your mat. If your head is turned to one side, go ahead and switch directions. Gently walk yourself back up to a kneeling position. And then turn your pillow, bolster, whatever you're using so it's long across your mat. And we're going to take a supported Shavasana. So place the prop underneath your knees and then come onto your back. Arms long beside you, maybe slightly away from you. And if you need to receive some positive energy, you can leave your palms facing up. If you need to feel the carpet, tile, mat underneath your fingertips to help keep you present, flip your hands over. See if you can soften in your toes, your ankles, your quads, your glutes, your hips. Soften in your stomach and your abdomen. Release your spine and let it melt down into the mat. Relax your fingertips and your arms and shoulders. Soften your neck. Release any tension in your jaw, around your eyes. And follow your breath in and out through your nose. Feel your body melt down into your mat a little bit more with every exhale. Bring your knees into your chest. Start to bring some awareness back to your fingers and your toes. And then bring your knees back into your chest. Turn over onto one side and then rise back up and find an easy seat. If you enjoyed today's class, I encourage you to find a restorative or a yin yoga class near you. They're usually a lot longer, 60 to 90 minutes, and they're different. Sometimes restorative and yin are used interchangeably, but they're not the same. So I encourage you to try both. But this is the end of day 6, and I can't wait to see you on day 7.